Welcome to the video. Let's talk about the tragedy of the Bondi Junction mass situation going on right now. Very, very unfortunate. I'm going to give you some different angles here to educate yourself on the self-defense. What if you're in a situation like that? What do you do? I mean, this is Sydney, Australia. Okay, I'm here filming here in Adelaide, Australia. A lot safer than Sydney. All right, Sydney and Melbourne, they're not places where you want to raise a family. All right, if you know, you know. Okay. I've traveled extensively around the world, and the last place in Australia I'd recommend would be Sydney and Melbourne. Those areas are just, and even Brisbane's going to the dogs now. Sorry, dogs. But anyway, so I saw some, you've all seen the footage. I'm not going to show any footage here because it's so explicit. We've all seen the footage of the 40-year-old guy running around with a knife, just boom, boom, boom. All right. And I saw some of the footage, TikTok, Instagram, even Daily Mail and shit. I'm like, fuck, like, so many, like, there was one situation that's just ringing in my head really strongly, where footage, someone's filming from the top, and the guy is just fucking targeting people, right? And he sees this mother with 3 kids, and he just zones in on her, and she's got her back to him. She knows he's coming, and she's just like walking, and she's holding the kids back. The kids are like, Mom, let's go, and she's walking. She's wearing Birkenstocks or something. And the guy's like, oh, he's like a cat on the mouse. He's like seen his prey. He's going in. And then there's a man, I'm not sure if it's a husband or some random bro, and he's watching him, and he faces him. He's like, hey. And then the stabber bro just runs off somewhere else. If that man, toxic masculinity, didn't say, hey, like step up in there, our stabber bro, he would have been coming for that lady and those 3 kids. And she had her back to him. She wasn't even running. People were sprinting past her, and she's just walking normal pace with her back turned. Like, I'm not going to address you today. I'm going to walk. I'm not going to run. Kids, stay with me. You're not running away from the man with the knife. We're walking away with our back turned. Oh, she's definitely drinking Coke Zero. All right. And so that when I see that, I think how many people become victims of crime because of their nutritional. And people say, oh, Harley, you can't talk about this now. No, this is the time to talk about it. Not when everyone's forgotten about it. How many people are wearing crappy footwear instead of running shoes so you could run? They're wearing flip-flops. They're wearing Birkenstocks. When I go out with my women, none of them are wearing flip-flops, all right? Ask fucking Lily, I would snap her flip-flops. I'm like, if you got to run or fight, you can't do that in flip-flops. You always have to wear a shoe you can run or fight in, all right? Flip-flops, don't cut it, okay? They're okay in the garden maybe, in the shower, but not in real world, okay? So that's just paramount, Handbags and stuff, sort of, you can't even run. Fashion, if you can't run and fight in your fashion's putting you at risk. So how many people lost their life yesterday because they couldn't flee or fight? Ideally, you want to flee, because with a knife, even a pair of scissors, all right, I'm a trained fighter, but it's like, it doesn't take much skill to get a lucky hit in, or you put your hands up and then slash. You know what I mean? With a knife or scissors are probably the most dangerous weapon out there, besides a gun. Okay, but in Australia, we have very tough gun laws. We have very tough gun laws in Australia. So the only people walking around the streets with carrying guns are police and criminals. So the everyday person cannot defend themselves, okay? You're not allowed to carry scissors. You're not allowed to carry a knife. You're not allowed to carry any mace. You have to be a trained fighter. So if someone comes to you with a knife, hopefully your trained skills can combat, because we don't have self-defense laws in Australia. Actually, we do, but they're like pretty piss poor. So the average person who can't run or fight, you're fucked, unfortunately. All right? The law isn't going to protect you, okay? So you got to protect yourself, man. Anyway, so that's just crazy, really unfortunate situation. It's like, man, but kudos to the cop. Boom, cap the bro, dead, done, finished. Taxpayers' money, don't have to worry about it, Why are we putting these people in prison? Oh, he had a mental health problem. Like, great, let's put him out of his misery. Let's do him the favor he wants, okay? Like, why? Why don't we have this, Why don't we have, tougher laws? In China, that stuff doesn't happen, does it? What happens? What happens when you mess around in China? Okay? You disappear. So why don't we have tougher rules like that in Australia? Okay, boom. That's just how it is. So do you ever see footage in China of teenagers stealing cars and dragging people down the street in the car? You know, like that lady in the USA where she's like trying to defend herself and she falls out the car, seatbelt's got her arm, and they just drag her down. These teenagers steal a carjacker, drag her down the street. Why doesn't that happen in China? Why not? Why not? Why not? You know why not? So that's just the deal. I think we need, I know we need harsher laws in certain places. In Dubai, that stuff doesn't happen. Why is that? Why in the countries with the strictest laws are you the safest on the street? Why? Anyway, so that's the deal. It's a recap. Very unfortunate tragedy yesterday, but I wanted to give a different angle. All right, a different angle, because you're just getting bombarded right now. The media stuff, like this happened. Yeah, great. But this happened, but how can what happened help you in the future protect yourself, friends, family, or peers, etc.? Okay? You need to be able to fight. More important, you need to be able to run. Okay? Because if you can run, you can pick things up. You can throw it at someone. All right? There's not, like, this is the mistake people think is, like, you got to be big and strong. Well, when you come up to someone with a knife, your arteries, your veins aren't covered in muscle. All right? They're just there. Here, okay? So you want to be able to run and fight. If you can pick things up and throw at your attacker, all right? You can keep distance, keep space. You're picking things up. You're throwing things at them. Cans, bottles, anything. Just anything you can pick up and throw at someone, all right? And keeping that space. And eventually you're going to get them down, all right? A 5K runner, if you're a good miler or good 5K runner, like you got that, if you can run under like 18, 17 minutes or whatever, you got freak cardio, then you're like indestructible, because you can always keep distance because you're fast on your feet and you're throwing objects at your attacker. Especially in a situation like this yesterday, what would I do if I was there? Would I engage hand to hand? Most likely not, because there's so many weapons you can use to keep yourself safe and guarantee a knockout. Guarantee, there's so much things to throw in. You got blender jugs and the smooth thing. You got just arming yourself with items to throw at someone. You got bollards. You got things like that. If someone's got a knife, I mean, I've been stabbed before, and but luckily I had training, because if I didn't have training that night, then boom, it would have been a lot worse. So you want to, always be wary of it, and, it's crazy. But, yeah, gets me hyped up, seeing that footage of people just walking away, low-carb diet, and how many people out there are doing a low-carb diet? If you're doing a low-carb diet, you cannot fucking run. You are incapacitated. Your diet is incapacitating you, all right? What the fuck? Your diet, your nutritional regime wants to be the same as will fuel the elite of elite runners and cyclists. That gives you that power to maximize your ability in life, mentally and physically. When you're sugared up, you're thinking smart. When you're in ketosis, you're like, la 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 land, all right? Because your cortisol is always high, and eventually you're burning out, and then you just like brain fog. Look at what happens to people who hit ketosis in a marathon. Boom, out the back. They're doing a 5-hour marathon or whatever. Go visit a marathon and watch all the people doing 5, 6, 7 hours, 4 hours or whatever. All the people who want to do 3 hours 30, and they do a 3 hours 30 because they ran out of sugars, okay? And that's not me making fun of anyone. I'm just making this point that the body runs on sugar. Never limit your sugar. Can you imagine if I was there in Bondi Junction? You would think I'd be running away, cowering down, hiding? No fucking way, man. I would be on that motherfucker, all right? On it, man. I would be fucking on it, and you know it. Because I got the fitness, and I got the fucking energy. But to have the fitness, you need the energy. And that energy is coming from sugar, fruit, rice, sugar, corn, potatoes. You want me as your defender, don't you? Because you know I'm going to get the fucking job done. Versus some ketogenic person going, what's going on? I'm out of, I've got to catch my breath. Life's short. Anything can happen. So this another reminder of this video. Today, you could be doing everything right, and someone comes from behind, boom! You could be Mr. Martial Arts, Mr. Runner, Mr. Everything, and then boom! Someone comes from behind, all right? Game over, all right? Someone comes, I've been attacked from behind, and all my skills, didn't do too much because I didn't know what was happening. And when I realized I was being attacked, I thought it was a friend fucking around. And then boom, too late, knocked out. Okay, knocked the fuck out. So but again, that's fine. I'm a fighter. It's all good. There was no weapons involved, but luckily for me, all right, these dogs will always come from behind. Okay, they'll always act in surprise elements. So you always have to be ready and prepared. But again, all the preparation in the world doesn't always protect you. So why live another day in spite of things of the past or anger or whatever? You know, it's always good to be able to let things go, okay? And enjoy the day, man. Don't stay another day in a job you don't like, in a relationship that's not really serving, blah, 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 blah. Because you could get taken out today by some psychotic bro, okay, or girl, a human, okay? Just remember that. There's increasing mental health issues out there fueled by largely people being undercarbed, and then when your cortisol's up and your dopamine's down, you get more tempted to drugs, and then just fucking spirals from there, okay? None of these people who are doing this stuff are fucking sugared up. They're not eating bags of jelly beans and then going out and doing this stuff. They're not. You know that. They're undercarbed, and they can't sleep properly, and then they're running on caffeine because they want to be lean, and just, I don't eat too much carbs and stuff, and then the psychosis starts. You know, with your girlfriend, when she doesn't get enough carbs, she gets hangry, okay? Same with bros, it's the same cortisol response. So we also have to socially look at this thing, these dangers of these low-carb diets or sugar phobia, okay? Bro wasn't smashing jelly beans before he went out to Westfield Bondi Junction. He wasn't, you know that. All right, this is a high cortisol psychotic event. Sugar lowers cortisol instantly. If bro had a bag of jelly beans, he'd be like, what am I doing? This is, what? Wouldn't have even happened, okay? That's what's happening. But this is going to increase more and more as we have more sugar phobia in society. And I lose people when I say that. Totally lose them, because this is a narrative you're only going to hear from me, because I'm the only person out there with a substantial amount of subscribers and views who is willing to say things like this, because I'm not here to be Mr. Popular. I'm here to be Mr. Helpful. Just, yeah. Enjoy your life. Prepare for life. And don't hang on to the past too much, because today could be the very last day. So you're going to spend it, oh, my dad did this, my mum did this person did this to me, this person said that to me on the internet, blah, 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 blah. All right? Forgive and forget, move on. Prepare yourself for today.